so sweet and so cute and so just like heartwarming. Like, you're not trying, you know? But I did just get great, phenomenal news. There are actual tears rolling down my face. The odds that we get to that one, slim. My name is Isabel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a little something different for me to get out of my comfort zone with reading. And that's gonna be reading graphic novels. The only graphic novels I've read recently and enjoyed were Heartstopper, but I did love those, and I didn't even finish the series actually. I still have one last Heartstopper book left to read. I figured because there's probably some untapped joy and talent in the graphic novel universe that I have not seen, that we should get together and read some graphic novels for the week in the interest of also getting outside of my comfort zone. So I put together a TBR, or a general list of graphic novels that I want to read, and I did already read one of those earlier today, so let's cut to that footage. Waiting for that footage to run. Stop. Who is this little creature? That looks like my parents' cat. I read The Tea Dragon Society. This is by Katie O'Neill, and I mean, look at this art. I believe this is a middle grade fantasy graphic novel series, potentially. I think there's more of them, but like, look at this art. That's so cute. And there were so many, when I was reading this, it first of all went by really fast, but also there were so many cute art moments in it. Also just cute moments, period. But like, just like, I don't know, some of the art is gorgeous, okay? And I did read it on my iPad so that I would have like the colored illustrations versus, of course, my Kindle. The other thing, there's also actually like a wonderful amount of diversity in this graphic novel, which I love and adore. It just felt so cozy and so cute. As you can see, there is a differently able-bodied character. There is varying races and skin tones, and honestly varying types of creatures in this book. It just, like, to me it was like, okay, it's not hard. It's not hard to include characters with disabilities in your fantasy novels. It's not hard because you're not working hard at it. Like, you're not trying. You know, like, this art is gorgeous. So mainly what I took away from that was like a really cute and fun story for like 70 pages, and also like adorable little art. Like, because there's like these tea dragons, right? Like, and there's like a little encyclopedia of them at the back. Like, tell me you don't want that one. I want to bring that one home with me. This one, yeah, I want to bring them all home with me, actually. They're so freaking cute. I also know this is like some sort of relation to a tabletop board game, or like a tabletop card game, but I don't really know how that works. So I guess remains to be seen. Maybe that's something I'll look into. There is also, like I said, oh, hi. You're like my little tea dragon. I truly would hang up like a poster in my home, or like a piece of art in my home by this illustrator. Specifically even of those, like, from these books. It's gorgeous. So all that being said, that's the first graphic novel we've read for today's video. I don't know how to rate a graphic novel, because like, I feel like I can't rate it on the same scale as like a normal book, just because it had way less content than a normal book, in the same way like you can't rate a short story, or I feel like you can't rate a short story the same as like a full novel. It's giving the same vibes. So I'm not really sure. Maybe, I'm thinking a 4-star, but I'm not sure. That was all for the Tea Dragon Society. I will say I have a couple other ones on my Libby right now that I'm waiting on. I have the digital copy of Heartstopper Volume 5, but I also put a hold on the physical copy that's ready at the library. It's just like snowmageddon outside, so I can't go right now. So I'm like debating, do I read Volume 5 of Heartstopper on my iPad? Do I wait for it to be ready physically at the library? Do I read it on my Kindle or my iPad? I mean, I don't know. And then I have one that happened to be available at the library earlier today that I might look into. It's called Here by Richard Maguire. It looks like it says now a major motion picture. Never heard of that. From one of the great comic innovators, the long-awaited fulfillment of a pioneering comic vision, the story of a corner of a room and of the events that have occurred in that space over the course of hundreds of thousands of years. It just sounded interesting, frankly. I don't know. It just seemed like a different lens of graphic novel than like the Tea Dragon Society one. It seemed a little more, just like a full different vibe. So I was like, let me check out a couple different vibes then while we're doing that. There's a couple other ones I want to hopefully get to in this video. I have a couple on hold that I'm hoping come available soon. I do have the Raven Boys graphic novel. I love the Raven Boys, so I would love, literally adore, if I was able to read the graphic novel. That would make me so happy. And then I also have Under the Oak Tree, the graphic novel, not the actual novel. It's by Suji Kim. I'm second in line for that one, so I'm hoping it comes available soon. That one is another, like that one is like a fantasy, it's actually like a romantasy graphic novel, I think, and it's in a different sort of art style. That's one I'm really excited for. I hope that becomes available during the course of this video. I guess that's all I really have to add right now. I'll be back to check in when I read another graphic novel or when I decide I'm gonna pick another one up. But for now, we did what we did. I'm already really enjoying this move out of my comfort zone, to be quite honest. So, hello. I am actually dressed and ready to go to the gym. But before I leave, I wanted to talk to you guys about I almost said audiobook, about the graphic novel I read while I was at work today. I filmed a couple clips on my phone, but I do want to talk in depth about it. So I read Here by Richard Maguire. It has this like really interesting art style. It's almost like comic-y. And this is like it's a story about the corner of a room and everything that corner of that room in that house has seen over the last thousands of hundreds of years, and like everything that specific physical spot has seen over the last thousands of years. It was really interesting. Like, as you can see with this, there's scenes inside of scenes. So like the middle part is 1989 and there's like people in the corner of the living room. And then in that exact same spot in 1764, it's just woods. And it goes on like that. And like, let me see if I can find a better example for you. It's like different time periods overlaid on the same space. It's really interesting. And it did make me think a lot about like the boundaries of space and like our relationship with space and time, and like how many people have stood right where I am before me. So many people. How many people have lived other stories here before I have, type of thing. It was a very interesting read. The art style, vastly different from the like cutesy Dragon Tea Society. So I think it was like a good alternative style of graphic novel to like dip my toes into, other than like cutesy, romancy, all that jazz. It was more like general fiction graphic novel, if that makes any sense. So I did actually really enjoy that. It did make me think. I read it in one sitting, of course. I think that'll be the truth with all of these, if we're being so honest. I just wanted to give you that update. I did film a couple clips of me looking at it like on my phone, so I'll insert those. And I'm gonna head to the gym, but we will be starting a new graphic novel either today or tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get more talking clips with that one. It's the next morning. I have decided that I think it's time to break out the 5th Heartstopper graphic novel. Now, it's been so long since I've read Heartstopper, but I think this is the 5th and final Heartstopper graphic novel. Do I really remember what happened in the other ones? No, not really. Am I gonna pray it comes back to me? Yes. Yes, I am. So my plan is to get started on this. I'm very excited. I love Heartstopper. It's so sweet and so cute and so just like heartwarming and beautiful. So I'm very excited to read that. So far, all the graphic novels I have read have been like honestly really refreshing and like fun, either interesting or cute, or like I feel like they've all had like a lot of worth and value packed in to like a very small book. We're gonna read Heartstopper on my iPad because I have it digitally. Fortunately, we're not reading any physical graphic novels in this video because I tried to get them at the library and they just are not ready yet. And that's just not gonna fly with me. It's taking too long. Okay, it's taking too long. That's what I'm up to. That's actually all I have to say. I don't know why I'm still filming. Okay, we're at a super odd angle because the lighting is super weird, but I did just get great, phenomenal news. I have holds ready at the library. Touching. Let's go grab them. The dryer is still running, so I'm sorry about that. There are actual tears rolling down my face and I just wanted to talk. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. Where's Alice Oseman at? I just want to talk. This is gonna be spoilers for the beginning of Heartstopper book 5. Don't talk to me if you don't want to hear it. The way Charlie is in such a bad mental spot with himself personally, and on top of that, Nick is like looking to leave, for lack of a better term, in my opinion. I'm like, oh my God, that's my life. That is a graphic novel rendition of the last 2 years of my life. And then on top of that, there was like the part where Charlie was told to apply to be a head boy, and then the teacher, whatever his name is, was like, I think there were some young boys or like some people at the school that it would do really good to see you as the head boy. And he was talking about himself when he was younger. And it made me think, I read Lie With Me by Philippe Bastone, I think. And it just made me think about, once again, that generation of queer men. And A, how much they lost to the AIDS epidemic. And B, what it's like to have lived your whole life into adulthood in a secret like that. I'm just really emotional, apparently. Like, clearly I'm very emotional about all this. It's also just like really sweet to see them, and like their relationship really has me giggling and kicking my feet still, and I love that. And I genuinely value Heartstopper so much, more than I even thought I did. I'm gonna continue reading, but I am devastated by this book already. It is officially the next morning and my dryer's not running, so we can chat. I, as you saw a little bit of, went to the library yesterday to pick up my holds that were ready, which I didn't think were gonna be ready while I was still filming this video. They were. God bless. So, let me show you what I got. Of course, as you saw, I got the 5th volume of Heartstopper. I think this is the last one, and I'm already a good like 1/3 of the way through this just from sitting down and reading it once, and I'm loving this so much. I'm gonna have to buy myself a copy to go with my Heartstopper stack. I forget how much I love them, and I should really watch Heartstopper the TV show. Enjoying this immensely right now. The other thing I got is Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi, maybe is how you say that. I don't know. This is like a gorgeous cover. Can you see that? And it's like got a window here. This I don't know anything about. It says it's subtitled A Story of Childhood, but I have heard this is like a really iconic and good graphic novel. So that's why I got this from the library, because I had heard such good things. This is one that's on my list as well. And then unfortunately, there was a couple more graphic novels I wanted to read with this video. I just don't think they're gonna be ready at the library in time. I'm waiting on the hold on Libby, so it's not even physical, and I don't think they're gonna be ready. One of them, I think we talked about this, was the Raven Boys graphic novel, and then the other one is Under the Oak Tree by Suji Kim. That one I was really excited for. I'm fourth in line. It does say about 8 weeks though, and I need to finish up this video in the next like 2 days. So the odds that we get to that one, slim to none, but I'm still gonna read it and get to it whenever it becomes ready, because I'm interested to check it out. And this is like broadened my horizons enough that I'm like interested in graphic novels now, which is good. That's exactly what I wanted, was to like become interested and enjoy different genres of books that I don't normally enjoy or dabble in. And like, I will say Heartstopper was definitely my foray and my first go into graphic novels. Like when I read the first through the fourth one, that was like the first graphic novel I'd read in like quite a while. Of course, well, not of course, but like when I was younger, I did often purchase graphic novel versions of my favorite books. So I think I have the graphic novel of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and that's all I know about that actually. I'm brewing ideas up here currently, so I'm gonna spend the rest of the day reading Heartstopper. I'm ready. Heartstopper Volume 5. I finished it. Now, and as you saw, who is gonna tell me this isn't the last one? There is gonna be a Volume 6. Why did I think this was the last one? I don't know. I'm very excited for the 6th one. I think it's going to show an aspect of their relationship that I am really excited to see, that personally resonates with me. Even more so than this volume did, which this volume resonated with me so much. As you saw when I first picked it up, I literally sobbed because of so many different things and the fact that my emotions were just heightened in general. I don't know, this book, like I read these books and then I forget how much I love these books, but when I pick them up, I'm like, oh my God, these are amazing. And I think I really need to watch the TV show. So look out for content of me watching the show sometime in the near future, hopefully, if I can get my Netflix to work, because I think that I would love the show. And I'm bad at TV, but I think I want to commit to actually watching the show. We'll see. It is amazing how Alice Oseman packed such a punch and a storyline into like the fastest 300-page graphic novel in the world. Like, you would not expect there to be a story arc and like development, because you, at least like preconceived notions would have you think like, how is she gonna fit that all in with just images and like very few words? But no, somehow it works. Like, it's masterfully crafted, I feel like, to work so well. I had a quick goog. The 6th one comes out this summer. Yeah, I'm so excited. I think that is the final one, but I'm ecstatic about that. That is like maybe one of my most anticipated releases that I'm aware of right now, but I'm not really keeping up with new releases. Maybe I should be. This is just like, I mean, Heartstopper is everything. It has so much good stuff in it, and I can't even begin to express. So much LGBT representation in such a normalized and casual way, and it feels so comfortable and so beautiful. This was a solid, like between a 4 and a 5 star. It's not a 5 star, but like 4, 4.5, somewhere in there. The same with all the rest of the books in this series, truthfully. Like, they all hit super hard for me. I cannot wait for the 6th one. All that being said, I really enjoyed this. Now, we have one more graphic novel that I want to touch in this video, and it is Persepolis. I don't know anything about this. I know it is, I mean, a widely acclaimed graphic novel. I mean, it's got, the blurbs on the back range from USA Today to Los Angeles Times to Vogue to New York Times Book Review. That's big. Okay, so this was published in about 2000, originally in France. So this is, I assume, a translated version, or perhaps the original author ended up translating it themselves. It is by Marjane Satrapi, and this is, I don't know what this is about. Does it have an inner flap? Okay, so this is, according to the inner flap, a memoir graphic novel, actually, about Satrapi's life growing up in Iran during the Iranian Revolution. I'm very intrigued by this. I I'm sure it'll pack a punch even though it's this big. I am gonna read this whole thing today, probably in one sitting, because like it quite literally, oh my gosh, it's like a comic. Hold on, wait, this is different. So this is like, let me show you. Comic style almost, like not what I was expecting, dare I say. I'm interested in how I'll enjoy that because I do enjoy, or I have enjoyed a more dynamic art style. But I mean, if we're gonna talk about the Iranian Revolution, the sort of strict black and white boxy style makes a little bit more sense in comparison to like talking about a fantastical world with tea dragons and then that's like colorful and fun and whimsy. Like this makes a little more sense with this. We'll see what I think when I get into it. I've heard great things. I'll come back and update you when we have more to say about reading this, probably just after I finish this entire thing, to be honest, because these graphic novels go by really quick. Let's chat. I have Gustavo on my lap. I was reading Persepolis. I did quote unquote finish it. I didn't DNF it. I also didn't really finish it. I just kind of like skipped through to the end because I was not enjoying it. It felt very A, then B, then C, then D, like one thing after another. I didn't enjoy the style of it. The black and white comic style with a lot of writing was not what I think it just didn't hit correctly for me. Well, I do see the value, of course, in the subject matter, and I think the story is very interesting and like it's a good thing to hear. I didn't like the way the story was told necessarily, and so that's why I like skipped myself through it. I got 2 times speed in my brain. That's all for today's video. Thanks for coming along with me. I do feel like we found a new interest perhaps in graphic novels. I'm not afraid of them as much as I was before. I'm interested to keep reading some and seeing how I like more of them. If you would like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, that would be very great. I would appreciate it. Let me know your favorite graphic novel and if you think I should read it, because maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll do another one of these videos. Who knows? Bye.